All right, so we are live. This is Dee, and this is Down the Wormhole. And today we are testing out my new webcam, and I have a guest. So if you would like to introduce yourself, please do. I just know.
Hi, I'm Carrie from Desert Bloom Bettas. Wahaha.
Perfect, perfect. So let us know what you've got in that fish room of yours. Definitely, definitely.
So many bettas and so many guppies and ram's horn snails, mystery snails, just all sorts of fun stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I got my thingy popped up, but I've got an echo. Sorry for 1 second. People are just filing in. That's perfect. That's perfect. So yeah, I think the two of us have very, very similar fish rooms. I think the biggest thing is our locations. So yeah, I am way up here in Canada. I'm Desert Bloom Bettas. Let us know where you are at.
I am down in western Texas, sort of near El Paso. It's the desert.
So much more of a desert around here. I think the biggest cactus I've seen so far here is about 5 or 6 inches tall. So I'm sure you got me beat there.
Yeah, ours are like feet tall.
Definitely different from here. So I'm just gonna see who's in chat. We got Zoe Kitty is in here, Catfish Aquatics, hello, hello. Manoski's Tanks, hi, Passion for Pets, Matthew Moore's Cichlids, Catfish Aquatics, Leslie's Fish Rooms. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? So yeah, I'm so excited about this new webcam. What do you guys think? I mean, so far my video quality, I am digging it from what I can see on my computer. I hope you guys are getting the same video quality. I'm almost thinking this is actually looking better than my phone, which is really, really cool. I'm kind of excited. I got the straight angle one instead of that the widescreen lens. I'm not too sure if that makes too big of a difference, but I'm liking it so far because I think my camera was too, I think it was just ancient was my problem. It just trying to incorporate ancient stuff in just doesn't work. So that's cool, good. Matthew Moore's giving us a yay, it's looking good. Hey, Chronicles of Chris's Fish Room, my other local YouTuber, just love it. Oh, what did you delete there, Catfish? I didn't get to read that. I missed it, I missed it. Aquafunk's in here with us. Hey, Aquafunk, look what I did. I got a guest on here. This is just awesome. So I thought our big topic, since I think one of our main things that we do enjoy doing is our bettas. What is your Desert Bloom? What is your biggest thing on breeding bettas? What would be your number one tip for breeding bettas? What would you say?
Oh my gosh.
I
Number
know.
one tip, know a lot about what you're doing, but don't necessarily take it all to heart. Because there's a lot of information out there, and some of it is really, really helpful. But if you pay attention to all of it, you're just going to stress yourself out and your fish out, and it's just not going to end well.
I would say yes, that is definitely true. The amount of information out here now from when I started is just, it's massive. It's unbelievable. I remember my first breeding of bettas, I think I had maybe a paragraph of information to go on, and it was so vague. I did absolutely everything almost all wrong, but that was the info I had. So it was very trial and error back there. And now it's just like information overload. Everybody's got their own way of doing it. Everybody's got their own trick. Everybody's got, yeah, like how do you judge what it is? Definitely your own way is going to work the best for you. I agree. I agree.
Definitely. I think nothing beats hands-on experience.
Yeah, like just especially learning their behavior, seeing it for the first time and understanding it is really, really cool. And yeah, with the bettas, it's all about their behavior, if they're ready or anything. So, and you gotta see it, you gotta witness it. It's definitely cool. Hey, our Sat's in here too. Very cool. Valley Fish is in here. Awesome. Hey, what's that about a hamster? You're getting your 2 hamsters today. Well, that's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. I know a lot of tips for breeding bettas. Catfish Aquatic says that's cool. So you breed them too as well. That is awesome. Maybe we'll get some betta people in here for sure. Yeah, and then our other thing that we have in common is we have a lot of guppies. I know I just saw your tanks yesterday on your stream, Carrie. It was just, they were loaded. It was awesome. That was awesome. That's so many guppies. So what would you say your #1 tip is for breeding guppies?
Always make sure you have enough cover, because they will breed no problem no matter what you do, but you're not going to keep all of the babies alive if you don't have somewhere for them to hide.
Definitely, I agree. I can't. I was watching Michael's fisherman video, and he uses Java moss. I can't keep that alive. I got Fernworth. I can know that, so that works. So yeah, what are you using there? What are you using?
It depends on the tank. We have lots of plastic plants in my tanks that can't grow plants. In our bigger tanks, we have Frogbit and Anacaris, which does really, really well because you can float it, and so it gets all tangled up and it just creates a big ball of green.
Yeah, I haven't tried the Frogbit down there, so that would be a different one too as well. I don't know how much. My duckweed just grows like massive amounts, so I'm glad I got a few things that eat it. That's good. That's good. We're saying, any tips for breeding angelfish? Have you ever bred the angelfish before?
Can't say I have. I can't keep those things alive.
The angelfish? So
yeah, my sister had some when we were little, and no way. They're so delicate.
Yes, I've heard with the angelfish, it seems to be so 50-50. You're either one of those people that gets thousands of them, or you just have no luck whatsoever, it seems. I don't know if it's what's going on, but that's what I've noticed. Me, myself, and I got myself to a point where I had a breeding pair of angelfish. It was in a 75-gallon, kind of a 75 long. It was a long, long time ago. I got eggs on the filter a couple times, but that fish tank ended up getting taken down. So that was as far as my experience goes myself. But yeah, watching people, it seems to be so 50-50. Definitely, if anybody in the chat room breeds angelfish, let us know so we can check out your channel, because I got nothing. I got nothing. All right, so what else is going on here? I have a hard time keeping floating plants. Yeah, I know, and some of my tanks will keep the duckweed like it's growing this thick in some of them, and other ones it's like you put it in and it just dies. I don't know. I don't know.
It helps if you have a lot of light and very little surface movement. I didn't know that when I got into floating plants. I thought they'd be fine no matter what, but they really like still water or they don't propagate.
Well, some of the ones that it's doing best in are actually my filtered tanks with an overflow system, which I find really funny. Yeah, because they generally like the still tanks, and my betta tank can't keep them alive for the life of me. So I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm not making any comments on how to keep them alive, because I seem to be doing it backwards from what they say. So hey, make sure you type your name into the chat too as well, so people know how to sub to your channel. That seems to be the easiest way to get there. I like doing that. Hi all, watching SC fish keeping videos. Oh, cool, cool. Yes, I love our chats in the morning. This has been, I don't know how long I've been doing these Sunday morning chats. This is just, I don't think I'd make it through my week if I missed one now. This is awful. It's just such a habit. It's like, yay, start my week off on here. Going into Lurker Mobile, thank you, Matthew Moore. That is awesome. I would love you hanging out in the background. If you got anything to say, I do it. I'm so guilty of being a Lurker mode person. I don't know about you, Carrie.
No, I'm terrible. I like take over the chat.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, quite often I'll walk in, I'll say, hey, how's it going? And then I walk away. I'm always listening in the background, so I'll wander over and say, oh, no, hey, 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 like I'm still here. But yeah, I'm so nasty about going into lurker mode. Oh, Protom's saying hi. How's it going? What did I miss here in chat? Added this to watch later. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm not too sure how to. Oh, I got 14 people in here. Well, that is awesome. I got 14 awesome people taking time out of their Sunday. That's so cool. I do enjoy doing these. So I'm on my, oh, What does this say? Okay, Passion for Pets got something on bettas here. I'm on my 3rd week of treatment for a female betta with double Popeye, and it seems there will be no end in sight. She's still active and eager to eat. Well, she's still doing good. I just say let him go. This Popeye, yeah, that's nasty. That's nasty. I haven't had to deal with that in a while. I know Life with Pets had one with Popeye. Anything from you, Carrie?
I've never had it happen, but I know that antibiotics is usually the course of action to go, especially Conoplex does really well with it, I've heard.
Yeah, I had one that just lived with it for his whole life, and it was both eyes. It was just like, whatever. He's doing okay. Oh, yeah, what a look on it. But it didn't seem to hurt it, and it lived a fairly average life, so I didn't mind. But I tried stuff on it and never had any luck. So not the person to ask. If you get it going and you do manage to treat it, definitely share that experience. But yeah, I think Life with Pets, I think, is the one that had a fish with Popeye. And I think she could get it to go back in, so that might be a good place to start searching from. I lost an apple snail yesterday, but last night he was back. They are like that, though. They are like that, especially if they're not in a tank like this where they're getting crawled on constantly. If they do have a place to go sleep in a corner, that could definitely happen. And sometimes, yeah, for a week. They're cool. What do you think? You've got lots of
Definitely. They like to hide a lot. They're very photosensitive, I've learned. And so they'll seek out dark corners to go sneak into.
Yeah, in this tank, they've got nowhere to hide, so I very, very rarely see that happen. But I do notice if they are in my community tank that sometimes they just go missing. You can't find them. Complaints of that constantly upstairs with her fish tank. Because, yeah, she's got a lot of cave-type things in there. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. That definitely happens. If the tank is warmer, that might happen less, just because they are heat-sensitive, kind of. Warm-blooded, I believe is the word I'm looking for here. Lumpy Dog's in here. Hey, Lumpy Dog. Hey, Lumpy Dog. Oh, I had a guppy with Popeye, but I lost it to the Danues. You can't live with anything. Yeah, the touchers sometimes are kind of picky, I guess. They will nip at things for sure. What are you using to stream? Oh my goodness. So this is, I've got an Asus. I've had this guy for about 2 years. Man, I don't even know. It is a Core i5 from what's on the label. I hope that helps you. And I'm using my new Logitech webcam. I am absolutely digging the picture on this thing. It's actually a little more than high definition than I was thinking it was going to be. So that is very cool. It is the HD 1080p, just the straight one, not the wide angle lens. That was an extra 70 bucks, and I was just, it's a little much. I didn't want to have to buy a webcam. I was really hoping to use my work camera, but that didn't work well. What are you using there, Carrie? What are you using?
Just my phone. It's a weird, very strange version of a phone.
So she does know how to get into these streams by using a phone. So if you are trying to do that with someone, you are having a problem, go and ask her.
Yeah, it's difficult. So if you have problems, come message me.
Because, yeah, trying to connect to people on this thing is actually really difficult. Like I said, I ended up giving up and just buying a new webcam to manage to pull this off. I'm so glad this worked without a hitch, because if it didn't, I probably would have thrown a tantrum and given up. Just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But I'm glad this is working for sure. Do you have discus? I have no discus. I don't think I'm the kind of fish keeper that could pull that off. I cannot see a piece of dirt in the tank and scoop it out right away. It's just, they're just probably a little too picky for me. I like being a bit of a messy fish keeper. I don't think I could do that. How about you? Have you ever tried them?
No, they're so pretty though.
Yes, that's about what I think too, is I'm going to admire them in other people's tanks. I just don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. I got too much stuff in my life going on right now to try about a tank like that. And yeah, I don't think they'd enjoy my water here either. I would probably have to do the whole RO thing. And I like things that are just, I can use out of my tap. I let it sit, a little bit of water conditioner, Oh, and I know, yeah, you're in the desert. I mean, you just don't even have that much water to begin with. How does that work into your fish keeping?
We It's very, very hard water here, which is unexpected, but I guess, that's what happens when you don't have very much water. But yeah, it's definitely a problem in the summer because you can't even get it cold out of the tap. It comes out of the tap at like 100 degrees. So I have to pour my water and then let it sit so it cools off.
I never thought of that. That's cool. A definite challenge, I would assume, especially for any cold water species that you've got. That's interesting. Leslie says, I don't understand why anybody wants to keep discus. I think they're pretty, but I just don't get it. Well, I think you found the other two that are in the room that kind of get you too. They're very pretty, but I'll admire some other people. Yeah, I won't say never, but as it stands right now, it doesn't fit with my current style of fish keeping. If I could one day do this kind of full time, maybe. But I don't know. I don't know. I think my dream strange tank, I was actually talking about this with my kid earlier, would be a snowflake eel. I think that would be my weird, really picky, crazy tank that I would lean to. How about you? What do you think?
Oh, I love little fish. I love little fish so much. I really want some batis. They're so
Oh,
cute and they're so tiny.
very,
I
very
want them.
little guys. Okay, cool, cool. So that is neat. Yeah, like I don't know if I've even seen some of those around here. I'm trying to think. I'm sure I have. I can't remember if I've seen them here or if it's in the city that I've seen them. I'm actually mad at our local fish store. I don't know if something happened, if he got a leak or what, but he's taken off like one whole section of the fish room and it's taken him months and he hasn't put it back. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to say like, hey, what's going on here? The other day I went up and he had a stack of merchandise there and I was like, no, no, no. What's going on here? Yeah, I want some more. That was the place that on that side was, yeah, a lot of the tanks where he kept a lot of the different freshwater fish. So I don't know. Select Pet says, I never understood people wanting snails, but now I have them and eggs. Well, cool. What kind of snails? What kind of snails? Alp snails, ramhorns, pest snails. I got lots of those too. Yeah, you're nodding there.
Yeah.
They're hard to avoid. I know there are some fish keepers that can keep their fish room snail free. I definitely failed there. I had a couple tanks that were snail free, but then yeah, you dip your arm in the duckweed and then you dip your snails.
I've given up trying. I don't even get rid of them anymore.
I use them more as a gauge to know if I'm overfeeding a tank, because you know you're overfeeding a tank when your population of snails starts growing. If your snail population starts shrinking, feed a little bit more because there's no food hitting the bottom. I think if you just can find just a few snails, you're feeding just about right. Anything extra, less. I use them as a gauge for feeding because especially with guppies, you get such a population explosion and then you're back down. It's just nuts. It's a good judge for food. I'm blaming down the wormhole for my snails. They're mystery snails. I've gotten a soft spot for the little things. What can I say? Well, how movable is your camera there? How movable is your camera? Are you able to give a little deep?
It's movable. I can pick it up and toss it around.
Well, do you want to give a little tour of your fish room there? Show us your guppies and beds.
Let me disconnect you. Let's see. So I have bettas, more bettas, more bettas, more bettas, more bettas, guppies, lots and lots and lots and lots of guppies, and more guppies, and more guppies. It's crazy. So many guppies.
Well, that is awesome. I think I love the fact, like, in your fish room, you don't have a lot of tanks. You use a lot of the tubs, which I think is really, really cool because you don't see that very often yet. Very, very cost effective. I use the tubs mostly for holding my spare water. I have used them in the past to hold some fish, but in the fish room, yeah, like my betta containers are technically the little plastic tubs, which is kind of neat. How do you find them for keeping them clean for the algae, that kind of thing?
There's not too much of a problem. We only get algae in one of our tanks. And I think it's because the sides are so opaque, the light just, it doesn't take over.
Oh, so the darker tubs help with the algae problem? Is that what you're saying?
All except for the one under the window. There's so
Oh,
much algae in there.
the window helps anytime. Yeah, definitely. I do hear that. That's kind of cool. Yes, I like that idea. Because I haven't used that as a full-time tank in such a long time, but it is neat to see an entire fish room done up that way for sure. Do you miss not being able to see them from the side, or do you pick them up and look at them sometimes for that? Or
There's definitely times when I miss being able to just look at my fish. So sometimes I just go in and scoop out some guppies and look at them in a clear plastic container because like I never see them from the side. The same with the bettas. But you know, it's convenient. I don't have to worry about my tanks cracking or leaking or it's nice.
so I just broke one, so I hear that. I hear that. My nice little corner there. I just leaned one metal pole on the wall for 2 minutes, and yeah, as soon as I walked away,
Oh man.
hey, walk away, just for a minute, yeah. So yeah, I do like the plastic ones for that, and I do like the fact that I can definitely give them a scrub. I'm finding they are, with the tannins and with my bettas, they're staining a little bit, but that's all right. I guess it's just a part of it. What are you gonna do? As long as we don't have to use any of the blue stuff in it, I think we'll be okay.
Oh my
Have
god,
you,
that methylene blue stains everything.
yeah, I've already got marks on the cement floor in here. This is great. I hate this stuff. Oh man, yeah, it's quite the dye, quite the dye. So Passion for Pets says, are guppies pretty hardy fish? Are they picky on the water conditions? Oh, well, that's a hard topic because I'd say we still have some hardy guppies out there, but they are hard to find nowadays. A lot of the guppies you get out there are just so mass bred. I think they're not so hot anymore. Like I know when I got them, you could put them through some torture. Nowadays, with how much for the big tails and the flashiness, I think their quality for that way has definitely gone down. Thoughts?
Mine seem to do okay. Mine have lived in terrible, terrible, terrible conditions here and there, and they seem to do okay. I very rarely lose them unless they get trapped in something, which has happened a couple times.
Nice. You've gotten pretty lucky then. I know we picked up some from the store, and just from the moment we got them, we've had awful times even just trying to keep them looking happy. They were just awful fish, and in the end, you didn't give them one water change and you'd have a dead fish. It's like, what the hey? Like, what is wrong with these things? They were very, very pretty fish, but they were just so weak. And I definitely think from the time that I started playing with the guppies to now, they've changed. You can get some hardy fish. I recommend, yeah, checking the tanks of your local fish store, what you're going to, and make sure that their fish are looking active, healthy, they're full. And if that's your option, that's your option. Try it out. Keep them as good as you can. But yeah, if you can't get somebody local, I do recommend trying to find your guppies from a local person if you can. You just never know what you're getting nowadays. I know where to get my guppies from. Desert Moon Bettas. There you go.
I am selling guppies.
She is shipping. She is shipping. I do believe you've even shipped some bettas now, hey?
Yeah, I ship bettas and snails and guppies.
Oh, that's very cool. That's very cool. So far, I haven't shipped any fish yet. And this has been such a weird summer. Like, we went summer and we're directly in winter all of a sudden. It's like, what happened to my fall? So I don't even know. A couple people have been asking about snails, and I'm kind of scared to ship them already because we're freezing at night. It's like, what the hey? Unfair. How did you highlight my name? Nicholas channel. That comes from, if you want to type in on a computer, you can put the @ sign in front of it and then start typing out the person's name, and that will highlight their name on their screen so that they can see it pop out. It's very, very cool. Hi, glad to be back in the fish community. Hey, Millerific, good to see you. Chaos Paddlers, need your husband's PayPal. Oh. Okay, I will work on that. Carrie, take over for a second. I'm going to try and figure out if I can find my PayPal account.
Hi guys, how is your morning? I'm going to keep you entertained for a few minutes while Dee does actual work. Does anybody have any Betta-fish questions? I know Betta-fish.
Oh, this is impossible.
Guppies, snails. I know all those things. Anything else, I'm useless.
What would you say? Okay. What would you say is the weirdest thing that you've ever seen pop out of a betta? Like the weirdest deformity, the weirdest whatever, the strangest thing you've ever seen pop out of a fish so far?
Well, I had that one fish not too long ago that had an ocular defect. He had a coloboma. It was so cool. I learned a lot about it, and I was like, this is amazing.
You do learn a lot when you get that. What was the other one? I think there's Oddball Aquatics has a guppy that has a guppy that's got like a guppy kind of attached to the bottom of it. Really, really creepy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think that's the channel. Don't totally quote me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what it was. And yeah, he's got a full male guppy, and then you can see this thing hanging out. And I have to ask him at the beginning. I'm like, okay, what is that? Like,
that's crazy. I wonder how long it'll live.
Well, look at it. It's quite the full-grown guppy at this point. So just nuts. Definitely just nuts. Okay, now I've completely lost my chat. It's disappeared.
Lumpy Dog got too distracted by us and his tank overflowed. I'm so sorry, Lumpy. I shouldn't laugh.
Oh, or I'm glad you still use buckets too. That's awesome and stuff. Yeah. If you've ever noticed in my fish room, I don't have carpet in here. I have the ugliest cement floor. Yeah, good at overflowing tanks. Definitely good at overflowing tanks.
That's probably smart. I have carpet and I'm on the second floor, so if I let anything run, we're in big trouble.
Oh, you're on the second. You are so brave. You really are brave. Yeah, I think the scariest. Have I ever been on the second floor? No, usually in any place that I've ever been, they all stick me in the basement. I was always stuck in the basement in every apartment building, anything. I was starting to feel, I called myself a gopher because, you know, you're always just looking out the windows like here, like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I've completely lost my chat. This is just awesome. You're gone. You're gone. And I'm kind of scared to randomly click on things because I'm going to get a copyright strike. I'll have some music pop up on me. And I swear it's on this one. It's got to be on this one. Oh, here we go. I found us. Yay. Okay. Okay, Chaos. I couldn't remember what it was. It was pretty easy. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. I don't post it very often. I know I'm supposed to advertise this stuff, and I'm really bad at doing the whole asking for money thing. Right now, I'm just asking for some watch time hours so I could turn on some ads. I'm at 3,178, I think, hours, which is just insane to me. So
nice.
If you're ever bored and you want to just leave a live stream running, take it. But yeah, like if you don't want to do any kind of donations or thingies, like, what? Help, my flamingo got stuck in the blender. Okay, I have no idea. My flower horn is the best fish I've ever had. Okay, that one, I can say I want a flower horn so bad, but I don't want the big tank. There are some beautiful flower horns that I've turned down just because I really don't want anything bigger than a 55. And I know you like your small fish. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, I want one too. I want one so bad. I need a cullinator, but like, where am I gonna put another big tank? There's nowhere left in this room.
I know, like, I just wish they came in a mini size. Like, if you could get a flower horn about 4 inches, that would be so cool. So cool. Oh, thank you, Lumpy Dog. Video marathon tonight. Be there, be squared. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm supposed to have did this for your husband. He made me a pipe. I know. He said he was making you guys a pipe. That is so cool. Yeah. His pipes are awesome, and especially sorry with the legalization coming up. I kicked him. I'm like, come on, man! Like, these are gorgeous. I'm gonna sell them around town. Like, give me a break. A little personal plug there. Yeah, I do dig his little carvings and stuff. He's made some very strange things out of antlers. He's got one that's called the Dream Catcher. I might actually bring it in here. It's really neat and just kind of, I just don't know where to put it quite yet. I don't know how it would do getting wet. It's so moist in here. So I don't know. Decorating in here is hard. I'm even kind of scared of having some of Priscilla's art in here just because it's, yeah. My biggest is a 55. I bought it and they said it was a 90. Well, that's just a little bit off, I'd say. They actually do have small flower horns. Well, that might be interesting. We might have to look that up. Yeah, I wonder what they are exactly. Lots of space for news tanks, always space. You see one more tank, you got to clean that thing. And if you're a betta person, I know you understand this. You have 5,000 little tanks. And those add up so bad. Unless you have an actual racking system with an auto water change system for your bettas, it is a lot of work.
It really is.
It really, really is. I can't even stand taking one day to just do the jars. I have to do a couple every day because that drives me nuts, just sitting there and changing these little jars for so long on one day. Oh,
mine literally takes all day.
What? Was convicted of cow? What are you talking about? I was in a 20. You had a flower horn at a 20 high? Oh, how? Okay, I'm so confused. I enjoyed it and seeing the pipe. It's metallic, which is awesome. He said something like it's in my logo, but my logo is all different colors. Okay, Chaos, that's awesome. I haven't actually seen it yet. I think he's still got it outside. I'll make him bring it in and I might have to check this out. That's kind of cool. 9 betta tanks only. Well, that's cool. That's cool. That's not bad. With the bigger tanks, I do like the bigger tanks with the bettas because they don't have to change their water quite as much for sure. What's your biggest betta tank?
7. 7 gallons.
Nice. That's all right. That's about it. Like, I don't know how big. Oops. See if I can move you guys over. How big? This is such a messy desk. Don't mind the mess over there. But I don't know how big that is. Huh. I cannot find the gallonage on that. That's probably, I think, the biggest one I've got right now. That one I just got from my girlfriend down the street's pretty big too, but. $22 in total, 40 here. That's a 5. I would go for 5. That seems about reasonable. 50 gallons is my biggest. Yeah, this is a 55 long behind me, and the piranhas are in a 55 gallon as well, and that's as big as I want to go. We did have a 75 gallon once. I don't even know what happened to that tank. We had it forever and ever, but Oh, thank you, Chaos. That's cool. That's cool. All right, definitely I'll let him know. We'll find a box. Hey, I haven't seen Nicole, but her box is in the mail. If you do talk to her, I got it out on Friday. That took me forever. I'm so sorry. It was like one thing after another with that. I'd find the box, I found the supplies, then I had to go buy tape. Why don't I have anything in the house? So that's going to be interesting. I've got to get some more shipping supplies. I've done a lot more shipping and spending time mailing stuff since I started this hobby than anything else. Oh,
Shipping is nerve-wracking.
I know. I don't like it. It's just like the whole time.
The first time I did it, I was like, oh my God, everything is going to go wrong. What if the timing is off? What if I don't get this done right? Just waiting for like a week for the fish to get there alive. I was just like, oh, please be okay.
You're so much braver than me too, for sure. That's crazy. I know JH was thinking to try and get these amicas down there. And then I think he's all finished with the tornado issues. I'm debating if we should really, especially with my weather. I'm so confused with my weather up here. Normally, we're not getting snow in September. This is just crazy. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with this little frost up here. If it gets warmed up, maybe I'll try it. That would be really cool. Medicine Hat, though, it always comes to our city, then it goes up to a different city, then they ship it over to Vancouver. Like, it just takes so long just to get it out of the center of Canada. I'm scared what he's going to get on his end. Because he said it usually takes 2 days for it to fart around and get to his spot from somewhere. So if you add 2 days on this spot, then you add 2 days on there, plus the regular little rigmarole. Can you imagine? Very terrified, but I'm curious at the same time to see if it would work.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm nervous. I don't want JH to do a video unpacking this bag of mush going, well,
oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh. I can just imagine.
This is supposed to be here last week. You know? So I'm scared about that part. I'm very scared about that part. Okay, my chat is going crazy. And Nicholas is asking all sorts of crazy questions. All right. How much is an angelfish at my shop? They're usually about $8 for the medium-sized ones. I've seen the itty-bitty, really quarter-sized ones for about $5. The half-decent-sized ones for about $8. But that is Canada prices too, so I don't know. What are they at around where you're at? Any ideas, or do you look at the angelfish prices?
I don't look at angelfish. I just look at cute little bugs and guppies.
That can be definitely, yeah, happen. I know sometimes I just look at the price just to see where things are at. But yeah, I can't say I really totally pay attention, but I think whereabouts they're at right now. Passion for pets. So you're putting a big Jeff Dempsey in the 55. Should I buy 49 goldfish to live in my 29-gallon tank? No. No. Oh, man. Yeah, that's crazy. I remember my funniest thing I wish I could get a hold of the guy that I did this with, but I worked in a pet store up in Calgary, and it was at the time when they came out with those itty-bitty little glass tanks, you know, with one little plant in it, the itty-bitty gravel, and then a tiger barb was in there. Did you see those?
Yes. They're awful.
That. And yeah, we actually went, a couple of us, we went out, we made big signs, and we actually went out and petitioned right out beside her shop for hours. She was so mad at us, but at the same time, she's like, I don't know what to do with these idiots or whatever. And yeah, we'd come and we'd get the people that were looking at the things, and then we'd say, hey, we work over at the pet store. Do you want to know something? And say, hey, yeah, that fish actually is going to get almost as big as your container. Wow. And yeah, so in the end, she just kind of gave up and went along with it. what were they gonna do back then? So it was really funny, but that was my one little act of petitioning, and now I'm not letting this go down. So that would be fun to try and find that guy again. I can't even remember his name, but we sat there for a very long time. We sent a lot of people to the pet store, though. We really did. We really did. And I'm actually considering putting 20 goldfish in my 20 gallons. They're yes, but they do grow, and it's not cool. Definitely look up some videos. Goldfish don't stay as big as their tank. They grow. Their insides never stop. It's actually a very painful death. Like, it would be just the same as putting like a massive dog and trying to keep it in a closet. It's not good for the dog. It doesn't keep them small. So definitely don't recommend doing the goldfish thing. Do some more research on that one beforehand, for
Yeah,
sure.
and goldfish are notorious for being like really, really messy.
Very messy.
They put out a lot of bio waste, so you don't want to overstock them.
No, you will have, like, you will be cleaning that const. It will be a nightmare, and you'll definitely have to get a bigger tank later. Do I have kids? Yes, I've got kids. She's in quite a few of my videos, actually.
She's
and
so cute.
And she does enjoy doing a lot of work down here, which is super fun as well. Select pets. So is it normal for snails to lay eggs and then go back to doing the shell tango again, or am I the last time when I watched my snails, the one that laid the eggs actually took about a day of just floating around doing nothing, just recuperating. I mean, do you see the size of those egg sacs? That's almost the size of the snail. I was floored, like crap. So yeah, that's got to take a lot out of them. When they are ready, and if they are eating a lot, yeah, they're probably just like guppies. I don't think the male cares. For sure. So yeah, that would say, I don't know about the snails, but yeah, all I've noticed is, yeah, that one that lays the eggs seemed to just sit there in limbo for quite some time. It's like, oh. And I don't know, being a girl, I understand that. That takes a little bit out of you, definitely. Okay, I gotta go see Grandma. Oh, that's awesome. Enjoy, Matthew Moore. Balloon mollies are like crazy. One day it's $12, one day it's $3. I wonder what's doing that. That's awesome. I like my balloon mollies. They were one of my first fish that I kept. That was very cool. You ever tried the balloon mollies or mollies at all?
I haven't, but I want to. I'm really interested in all the live bears because I can just throw them in with the guppies. So one of these days, I'm going to sneak some in.
Your bigger mollies are actually quite jerks when they get a bit bigger, so you may not want to throw them in with your guppies.
I don't know. My guppies are pretty vicious.
Nice. Yeah. My last mollies I just had were just black ones, and the female got huge. She was massive, and she would not produce fry for me at all. I had this 33-gallon for, I don't know, 2 years. I think I had this female in here. She got huge. She was almost as big as my Amica. And I never once saw babies. She'd start to fill in, and then it's like she absorbed them or something. Never once. I don't know if it was a salt issue. I know I've heard Corey mention that sometimes. I don't know. I wasn't dumping salt into my planted tank. Okay, so the PayPal didn't work for me. What's the email? What? I'm sorry, I just noticed that. Wonder why. I have had people send stuff to that PayPal. It has worked for me before, definitely. Chaos. But sure, we can figure something out afterwards. Send me an email or try. Oh, hey, Nicholas says that happened to me. I was so confused. They wouldn't get pregnant and then not. Okay, so yeah, I'm not the only one. I I think Corey has mentioned that, yeah, he thinks that sometimes the mollies are raised in salt water. So when you take them home and you put them in their fresh water, they just don't adjust right, and sometimes they won't have the babies. Like I said, I wasn't willing to actually dump a bunch of salt in my planted tank to test the theory out. In the end, the piranhas just ended up eating very well, and we did replace them with, what did we move them into? Well, I guess what's in there now. We replaced them with the white clouds, but.
Yeah, I've heard that mollies like brackish water.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Is it true? Is it not true? I don't know. Maybe you can. I don't know if you still got your mollies and try that out, or if you have a tank you could try that out with. I thought it was kind of neat, but like I said, I wasn't willing to check it. That's a huge snail. Oh, hey, Chaos Paddlers. Here, let me show you my snail tank. That is
I
yeah,
love your snail. I want it.
I really am tempted on trying to get. This is definitely a female, and yeah, you can see how big she is. Oops, sorry, sweetie. That's my hand. She's very hard to get off of the glass when she's stuck on there, or I'd pull her off. Maybe I could get her off because her butt's not stuck on there. But yeah, she eats a ton. Very cool. I do enjoy her. You can see the details in her face and stuff, which is super fun.
I wish we could get those here. They're so cool.
Aren't they from like down there somewhere? I've heard that they live down in the very, very southern states down by there.
I
You
don't
ever,
know,
never?
maybe, but like the bigger snails are all illegal to transfer across states here. So you have to find somebody in your area that has them. So it's difficult.
Yeah, I was very confused on that because, yeah, I did read a little bit that they came from there, and some people have mentioned in my chat actually seeing them out in the wild down there, but I don't know what exact location they were from. So that's kind of
Not here
crazy.
in the desert.
No, maybe not exactly where you are, but yeah, I'm kind of curious, and because I know you said you lived out on lake or something, so that's why I thought I'd
When
ask.
I was a kid, yeah, because we lived in Oregon. But now I
Oh,
live in Texas. There's nothing here. It's just sand.
that's crazy. I can't imagine quite that desolate. It looks neat in the pictures though, but I'm sorry, I have no inkling to come and visit you after you described your bugs there.
Me either.
It's just nuts. You know, one of my most terrifying moments that I ever did to myself, I was pretty little. I got left by I don't know, I was 14, 15, somewhere like there, and my grandmother ran to the other town, which was around a mountain at the time, to go get some groceries. And I thought I'd help her out by bringing the planters from outside in the house. And they filled up with these gigantic queen wasps. And those things aren't even half the size of those bugs that you have. And those things were just, that was huge and monstrous and terrifying. I can't imagine one like yours.
Tarantula hawks are so terrifying. I literally have one in my loft right now, and I don't even care that it's dead. I'm not going near it. They're so scary and ugly, and they're like this big.
Yeah, like that's twice as big as what I was dealing with. Like those are huge, absolutely huge. Hey, Hillbilly Wine, good to see you. Good to see you. We are completely off topic, but I was trying out my new camera today. Hillbilly Wine, he's kind of also, I can't drink your wine. I watch your videos and they give me heartburn. But he was in the same stream in Rob 93's channel. We both hit 1,000 at the same time. It was really neat to see. A lot of fun, a lot of fun. Good to see you in the stream. A lot of native species are illegal to keep without permits. Is that, yeah, select pets, that's probably why you're having trouble getting it. In Canada, I have this big bonus. It's the only bonus I can see to this white stuff that's going to start falling, is they know a lot of the stuff, if it does get loose, isn't going to live around up here. Though they are starting, there's been rumors, somebody actually was threatening to ban goldfish up here. Because, yeah, one of the few things that you can find in almost every bottle of water everywhere up here is a goldfish. I don't know. And I mean, some of them are huge. Like I've seen some carp in there that are just massive. But they're one of the only things that will live up here other than snakeheads. There's quite a few snakeheads that are illegal up here. We have had, I think one got loose south of Calgary and just decimated a whole lake of ours. Unbelievable. Yeah, they were actually, it just started. People are actually considering, I don't think it's gotten very far, but the talk was, yeah, to ban goldfish. Feeder fish. I don't really mean all the nice pudgy ones or just the feeder fish, but yeah, a lot of people are just coming in here, and we do. I've seen it before. We see fish are just getting released, goldfish are getting released, and some of it are claiming that it's a like a religious passage or something, that whatever they're doing a religious ritual, and some are just because yeah they get these goldfish and don't realize that they get so big. So. All right, I will. Thank you so much, Chaos. I will let him know. So yeah, that would be really weird to have illegal goldfish.
I can't even imagine. I'd take out like half the pet store.
No, I know. So, like I said, I'm hoping like if it does go through that it's just for the comments or something like that. But I don't know. I couldn't believe when I actually read it. But it is beginning to be a huge problem, I guess, in a lot of the major things. And Vivian and Fish Channel, you made it. That's so awesome. He always writes me. He's like, usually Monday or Tuesday, there's always a, hey, I missed your video. You were like clockwork on there. I'm so glad to see you. How are your little lizards doing, your newts? He's got some of the cutest little newts. Yeah, one of my first, I think that I went to the pet store to ever pick out myself was a little newt, and I was one of those, the pet store lady, she lied to me moments too. I was told it wouldn't live past a year or two tops. I moved out and took that thing to like university with me. They live a long time. So that is cool, very cool. So I have a little soft spot for his newts for sure as well. Yeah, I'm gonna have the same thing. Slick Pet says I'm gonna have to watch the rest on replay because my battery's dying. I hear you. My warning just popped up myself. I can usually make it through a live stream, but that's about as far as the battery on this computer is going. How is your phone battery doing after an hour?
Mine's good. Also, I plan ahead and I have a little power cord here that I can just plug in anytime.
You cheated. Good job. I can't reach the power cord. It crunched me right up against the wall if I try and do that. I need to come up with a better system. When I'm by the piranhas, I can plug it in. But when I'm on this side, I can't. My gecko and newts are doing good. My female laid egg last night. Oh, that's cool. Are these guys fertile? Oh, they're infertile. They're another one of those. I know you posted an egg video earlier. That's kind of neat. I had one lizard lay an egg, and it was super cute. I couldn't believe how soft it was for quite some time. It was really weird. You could kind of roll it around in your hand. It was definitely odd for an egg. Well, that's neat. So have I missed any questions, comments? Would anybody like to say anything? You should put your... Make sure you write down in chat your name one more time. So if anybody wants to wander over there and subscribe to you, they've got your chat. I don't edit my videos afterwards, so the live chat should stay on the side, I think, afterwards. I haven't watched a replay of mine in a while. So I think I've got it. Okay, I don't think I totally... I'm trying to change my profile picture, but they make it so confusing. Oh, I know. I hate trying to change that because you end up almost back into Google to sit and change your stuff for your YouTube. Yeah, I know. I hear you. It's quite the confusing setup. Don't even start. Don't even start. But yeah, I am so happy to have a guest on here. Thank you so much for letting me test this out on you. I'm glad we succeeded in the end, even if it cost me another $100 to do it. Threw in the towel and just spent the money now. But hey, I think this camera is going to be worth it, and I think this is going to last a long time. So I hope this is a worthwhile purchase. I do want to have some more guests on here. It's super fun to actually talk to someone as well.
Oh, definitely.
I don't mind. Yeah, it's fun to talk to yourself and to you guys in the camera, but it's neat also to have someone to talk to as well. Yeah, okay, so on that note, how long have we been? I can't even tell how long we've been live in this current setup.
We have 3 minutes left.
Awesome. Well, let's take our 3 minutes. Nobody say anything. Be right back. Praying mantis at my grandmother's. Oh, I've had a praying mantis once. Did you ever? Do you like those guys?
I had one when I was little, and I tried to feed it a spider thinking it eats bugs. The spider ate my praying mantis.
That's not a good story. Story at all. That is an absolutely awful story. Good learning experience for sure, but awful story. Okay, we had ours. He lasted for a long time, and then yeah, it got to the point where my grandmother actually fell in love with this stupid little bug, and we lived in the Crow's Nest Pass, and we live in Canada, and eventually it snowed, so there was no more bugs to feed the praying mantis. So she actually drove an hour and 40 minutes to the next city to the pet store to buy crickets for this thing. For about 2 months, she did that.
Wow, that is love. Somebody loved that thing.
That was a very well-loved bug. We all thought she was crazy at that point, but we liked the bug too, and yeah, so I think she actually kept that bug. She kept that little bug in the jar. It's nuts. It was very cool. It was one of our favorite little things. Eventually, we did have to take it outside in the snow, and she let me put it out there, and we couldn't figure out how to keep it past Christmas. Too much. So I do like the praying mantis. That is awfully cute. And Vivian Finch channel. I hope you have a lot of fun with that little guy. Okay. I was gonna say my mantis has had babies. It was fun releasing all of them. That's so cool. Yeah, I heard that even if you just get a female, she will have eggs that are all female as well. You don't need the male in there. So yeah, that's kind of cool. That would be neat. I think we had a male. I don't think we had a female mantis, so we never got to catch any eggs from it. That is neat. HC, you've got some cool stuff down there, I have to say. I can't quite have some of the experience. I don't think we have wild mantis up here. I think they just don't do the winter up here. I've never seen any anyway, so.
I haven't seen any here either. Probably everything else eats them.
That is crazy. I can't believe that, yeah. I always thought they were up on the food chain, not down on, but you've got some massive meat bugs, I guess, yeah.
They're Desert has terrible creatures.
Oh, that is something else. That's something else. I might just do, you'll have to do a little outdoor video on some of the horrors that are on the outside of your house, because I'm curious to see some of it for sure. I might get some fire belly frogs and breed them, but after I bred my bettas. Well, that is cool, definitely. Cool project. I've never thought of the frogs. I've gone out and caught the odd tadpole and just watched it change and put it back outside, but I've never tried to actually breed them. Most of the stuff that I have up here is just really not meant for in the house. And almost all of the frogs, they have to go to sleep in the winter up here. They just wouldn't do good if you kept them awake. They're used to the hibernation, so. Oh, here's a good question. At what age do mystery snails become breeding age? I would say it's more of a size thing. If you think they're huge, feed them beans, a can of green beans. Hey, like that's an awesome food to get them to go. And they eat more than you think. Dump in more than you think you should, and you will get some eggs. But yeah, just patience, patience.
Yeah, agreed. They usually start mating about the time they hit quarter sized, and then they just don't stop.
Like these guys, I haven't seen anything yet, but I'm expecting pretty soon. Like some of these guys, I'm just starting to see them. Yeah, thinking about the nasty, nasty. So, but yeah, patience and just feed them more than you think, and you'll probably see some eggs. Check in places like your light fixtures if you haven't found any eggs yet. Maybe they're just tucking them somewhere you're not finding them too. I found a lot of snail egg clutches that I didn't even know I had up in my light filter. I don't know if that was why it stopped working or not either. Oh, okay, Chaos. Send me that in your email, not on the chat. You're going to get some very strange stuff in your mail. You start doing that too. But yeah, send me. You might want to take that out. And yeah, just send me your address in email and we will figure it out that way. But I don't want you to get strange stuff in your mailbox for sure. Oh, I don't even know how to. I don't want to delete you by accident. I just want to delete that one message. Yes, that would be scary. I know some YouTubers have definitely received some strange things in the mailbox. So try and be careful with that. I know, Chaos. I know you're not as concerned, but I want to be concerned for you. All right. So I have to pee. I think we have done our hour. This has been amazing. I definitely want to do this again. If you're interested maybe in doing a type of interview, we'll actually set up a time, maybe not on the Sundays, but on another one to do this as well. And yeah, I might have you back on here again to try an actual interview format some other time.
I'm always here. I'm here at like every live stream, so you know where to find me.
Yes, I've noticed I don't have my little blue names in the thingy for sure. I'm missing my moderator comments for sure. Okay, guys, so I do not have a clue if anybody is streaming after me. I know JH is usually in the afternoon. Multi-Tank Addictions has got one in the evening. So yeah, keep an eye out. Do you know of anybody going today?
Not off the top of my head. Nobody's mentioned anything.
I don't know. Do we know if Jordan's going today? Like, he's been so random lately.
I haven't heard from him today.
All right. Well, then, let's call it a awesome live stream. That was so much fun, you guys. This was, yeah, very cool having an actual conversation on here, and we'll have to do this again. And did you want to just hang on a second and I'll stop this off? And
Sure.
Okay. Well then, guys, thank you for the stream, and I'll talk to you guys all later.
Bye.